Hey Navigator, Phil, good to see you again, as always. Not a lot moving at the moment. Bed Bath & Beyond have their earnings. Just a little bit late to start the stream, so bear with me one moment whilst I get everything up and running. Good evening, Matt, Dave. Good to see you again. Hey, good to see you, Doug. You too, Jim. Yeah, she's got an infection. Portia, no, I don't think I am King. I don't think that's on the nicey, is it? That's German, isn't it? So Bed Bath & Beyond earnings have come out. Moved up slightly on the back of that. The conference call will take place in about approximately 10 minutes. Bed Bath & Beyond. It's an earnings miss, for those of you that are unaware. Sales miss, earnings miss, so Bed Bath & Beyond, not great, but guess what? poor earnings report, and guess what? It's rallying. Just goes to show that the market can be completely illogical. Yeah, so we've got the overall GDP numbers. I don't think there's going to be any shocks there. Egg Rush, I'm streaming currently. I'm streaming on, I've not done Share Vision today. I didn't have a chance to set it up, but I'll do that in a moment. I'll be streaming on Share Vision shortly, but I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and on TikTok. So choose your platform, choose your poison. In fact, I'll do that now. There we go. So I'm on Share Vision as well. Go figure. There we go. We're all set up. And we go again. Absolutely. We go again. Is there value in streaming? What about value in streaming? I mean, it depends what you're after getting out of it. If you're trying to make a living at it, then not really. I don't make a living out of streaming, that's for sure. I don't get anything off any of the platforms directly. Some of the affiliate links, I'll get a few quid that effectively pays for the software and the equipment. That's probably about it in the platforms. So it's more of a hobby than an occupation, I would say, at this moment in time, Kinga. With the apps and stuff. I mean, to be fair, the TikTok Studio just came for free. That was invite only. But aside from that, if I look at what I have to pay for, I pay for my Restream, subscribe to that. I have to pay for a few other things as well. But basically, that's what the affiliate links are there for. It just basically means that it covers my costs. So no, is there value in streaming? If you're looking to make money out of it, you have to have a big following. Simples. Yeah, I mean, that's all it is marketing, really. For me, it started off just something that effectively keep me company. Started off on TikTok, streaming on TikTok to keep me company whilst I was sat in my spare room trading, looking at screens and charts all day. And it can get a bit, particularly when during lockdown, it was mentally taxing because it's kind of stir crazy. Getting out with the dog, it became a habit. So I finished the stream and I get out with the dog. So that's become a habit now. And after the first hour of the market open, I take my walk, whether I'm up or down. Sometimes I might trade an extra half an hour, and then she's going absolutely bouncing off the walls by that stage. So I have to take her out, otherwise risk of accidents or whatnot. Yeah, that's how it started for me, and then it kind of grew from there. No problem, Lee. I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, I learned to kind of by default. I had to teach myself, and I was thinking, I got a lot of people. Back in February, I did a small account challenge. I took $5,000 and I was streaming live every day, and I turned it into $78,000. No, $79,000, just shy of. I got people asking me to would I teach them how to do it and things like that. And I thought, yeah, do you know what? Why not? And then the first couple of people I started engaging with, I just didn't have the time. As soon as I started getting a bit more interest, I thought, okay, I better put a course, I better create a course or something. Well, let's have a look at Blue Apron. $6. It's been moving steadily up over the last week, the last 4 days. Had a good week. Blue Apron Holdings, just over $6. It's underneath the VWAP at the moment. It's red on the day, but it's got a bit of range. It's been as low as in the 8 of hour session. It's been as low as 569, as high as 653. So it's almost a whole dollar's range on the session. Excuse me. Cassava today, no volume at the moment. That's not to say it won't move. It sold off all yesterday, but let's see what happens. Sold off after the open. Had a little bounce into the close, but it sold off pretty much the whole day after about 8 AM, I think. Axler, been looking at that. So this right now, it popped up, good clinical trials, good clinical trial results. So that's popped up first. It's only an 18 million float, and it's below the VWAP at the moment. So really needs to get above $2 for me, and back above the VWAP ideally. If you're going to go long on it, it wants to be above the VWAP. But interesting. Good morning, Kai. How did I finish up yesterday? I finished up just over 5,000 green. I went from 10k down. So the next trade I took, I've recorded all the trades. I was going to put a trade recap, and I just didn't get around to it. It took me all day pretty much. It was I was well into power hour before I actually finished green. So I got about $5,000 green yesterday, just $5,000 green yesterday. However, that being said, I'd wrapped up nearly $2,000 in commissions yesterday. That's how difficult it was for me to get green. So net, I finished about $3,000, well, just over $3,000 net. So it was a tough work yesterday, and it was just so long-winded, sitting waiting for the action. It was just hard work. It really was. So the commissions, well, let's say it's commissions. It was commissions and fees and charges, and most of that, a large portion of that was ECN fees and stuff. So you get ECN fees, which is per share. You get FINRA fees, which are very small tend to be very small. SEC fees, and then you've got commissions. Commissions for me are $3 a ticket. So the more I tried, the more I'm not racking it up. The larger I tried, the more it cost me in ECN fees. So essentially, I overtraded yesterday. I got green, but I've traded so much, it pretty much, you know, wiped off half the profits. It was very tough yesterday. It was so choppy. What really got me was Abos. If you look at Abos, I think I've probably still got the lines that I drew on there. So this was Acumen Pharmaceutical. I've got on the 5 minutes, I certainly am. Let me just see if I've got it on here. Yeah, so they drew this line yesterday. As you can see this here, I don't know if you can see it. I'll tell you what, I'll zoom in so you can see it. And I'll just... So this was yesterday. And so I drew this trend line here. And these two support lines, it was an ascending trend line. It went through here, and then when it double bottom here, so this double bottom, this is where I got in here as it broke this trend line. I'm kind of kicking myself because I didn't see it. I mean, this is a absolute clear as day double bottom. So I managed to get, I think it was about $4,000 on this move up, and on the double bottom. So we got the double bottom and then the move up. I actually lost money here because I wasn't paying attention to the actual patterns properly. So on the break here, we got the move up. We made about $4,000 back there. Then it pulled all the way back down to this trend line. And that's what I thought, hang on a minute, I've seen this line before. It moved up again. I got some there. And then it pulled back down to the trend line, moved up. So what I was able to do then was start buying the bounces on this trend line. So it pulled back here, I bought the bounce. It pulled back again, I bought the bounce. And I kept doing that. So when it pulled back here, I wasn't in it. I'd got out. When it flushed down here, it was a heavy flush here, and I'd actually got out. But these lines here, I think there was about 3 of them that I bought the bounce here. The move up, down, up, down, up. So basically off this trend line. So that was what got me green yesterday. So anyone that says technical analysis doesn't work, I've got one word for you. It starts with B and ends in bullshit. Not a lot moving at the moment. I'll just put the for now. I'll just put the indexes up on the watch list for now. Once I've got something on the watch list, I'll pop it up. There's nothing else there. No, it's not difficult because if you're taking reasonable size, like 5,000-10,000 shares at a time, which I was, then it does add up. And with regards to the ECN fees, for example, it actually adds up. Every time you transact, so every time you press the buy button or you press the sell button, regardless of the size of the shares, it's going to cost you $3 a pop. So the more you trade, the more it actually works out. I mean, I could break it down and stuff a little bit. I'd have to go into the broker reports to start reading it out, but. Oh, that's the more active you are, the higher the commissions. That's the thing. Which is why, if you're a scalper, so scalpers find it hard to be profitable because they trade so much for so little gain each time. So for a scalper to be profitable, they really have to be trading on a zero commission account. And to be a scalper, then you really need bigger moves because your spreads are going to be a little bit bigger as well. So I would have to look, but hang on a minute. Have I got that? Where's my trader view stats? So 75. Yeah, 114 transactions I made yesterday, so 114 trades. Across the course of the day. We only traded. What I did as well is I shorted Abbott. I got on the 1 minute. I saw a nice head and shoulders setup, so I shorted that as well. And of course, then you get the short fees as well. So going short costs you longer than going long. But all in all, it cost me the guts of just under $2,000 for in transaction fees and charges on a $5,000 profit day, which is it's not normally like that, by the way. So fees, and I've worked it out that fees and charges are usually between 15 and 20% maximum. So that's where I work my figures off for the year, by saying if I have 100,000 a month, and it'll cost me about 200,000 in transaction fees and charges. So it's not cheap. So again, this is, you see the growth number here, and this is part and parcel. If you see me losing 5K. You can pretty much bet I've lost, 5,500 or something like that, or maybe even 6,000, depending on how many trades. If I've made 10K, I've not really made 10K. I might have only made 9 or something like that. So the net number is more relevant. Of course, the fees and charges. If you've got a good CPA, your fees and charges, you can offset that against your losses anyway. So. Ops, no volume. Buy America. Was no volume up until just a couple of minutes ago. It's pulling back now. What was the catalyst? Okay, so Buy America's aware breast self-exam and easy to detect colon disease test are now available on Amazon and fulfilled by Amazon. That's why Buy America's moving up. It's an Amazon catalyst, an Amazon distribution catalyst. This is testing 450. It's a 12 million float start, not heavily shorted. So let's see, does the market react well to this? I mean, you always get the initial pump, and that was a little over a whole dollar pump. Will it hold? No, yesterday was difficult because I felt like at times I was trying to push water uphill. It really was, it was like that. And maybe I should just do that because I got green and then I went red again, which wasn't ideal. And then that happened to me twice. So, hey, look, it is what it is. Let's go back to tops because that is very low volume, but this has been running a couple of times over the last week or so. Top shipping. Nothing really moving right now. So let's watch and find out, guys. How did you guys finish yesterday? Did any of you do well yesterday? Marathon Digital? Oh yeah, that moved up well yesterday. Good $2. Well, not quite. $1.50. Good $1.50. Yeah, that moved okay, and then it sold off. I got money on that one, Kai. Well, 790 is a good day, Phil. It's a bloody good day, actually. Yeah, I found that last year in particular, both Riot Blockchain and Marathon Digital, when they have it on them, if crypto has a good day, they tend to move very, very well. But yeah, that's essentially it, really. If crypto has a good day, they will move very, very well. Talking of which, let's have a quick look at crypto. Whilst it's quiet, whilst there's nothing really moving. So Bitcoin is back below 20,000. Had its run up yesterday and mean, it did get below 19,000, but it's had its run up. It broke 20k, I think. No, it didn't quite break 20k. So it's staying below 90. It's kind of hovering and ranging around the 19,500 on Bitcoin. Ethereum just has just nothing but consolidate sideways for the last 10 days or so. 1330. XRP lost pretty much all its gains from that pot, well, most of them. Cardano Yeah, well, the XRP, I'm not looking at it that way. I mean, for the long haul. I mean, just to get, I think it was about 12% up on my XRP holding earlier in the week. I'm not in it to make 12% with XRP. I'm in it to make much more than that in the long term. So, yeah. We're talking about yesterday. Yeah, Neris, that's what was the toughest day from me, from what I remember, losing 60 odd thousand in a single day, Nereus. That's well, say 60 odd thousand. Yeah, 60 odd thousand in a single day. That's been the toughest day for me, trading wise. Actually, I say that probably blowing up my account was tougher than that, because at least that was probably about 50% of my equity position when I lost 60,000. So whilst it smarts and it hurts, I always have this. It's easy to say. I try to have the approach that. It's not real money until I withdraw it. So it just helps to do that, because I start with the same equity position each month, building the profits up. If I blow up the account and lose, let's say I lose 80 or 90,000, I've only lost what I started off with. and because I don't view it as it's not mine until I withdraw it. And the fact that whatever I start off with is coming from profits anyway, I've always got money in behind. I'm not. It's not going to affect me. It's not money I can't afford to lose. Is I guess what I'm putting it. So try and take the emotion out of it. It's numbers on a screen. It's numbers on a chart. Until you withdraw it, it's in your broker. Until you submit that form to request the withdrawal from your broker, it's not real. That's the way I've got to look at it, and that's the way I approach it in order to keep the try and keep the emotion. I say keep the emotions. It's not as easy as it's easier said than done to try and keep the emotions out of the impact of actually being in a losing trade. Having a losing trade, moving on to the next trade, and not having that losing trade affect you, that in itself takes a lot of time and a lot of practice and a lot of mastery of your emotions, because very often revenge trading can be a real thing, and it's really a problem for a lot of traders. Is that not only do they lose money, but they automatically, so they will, for example, I will start trading 2 hours before the market opens, and I might spend the first 2 hours in pre-market, and let's say the first 90 minutes of the open, building up a nice little green, and then I'll lose it all. So I've spent 2.5 hours trading to get to a position. If I revenge trade, the kind of mindset is that I've just lost that whole position. I've got, let's say I've got 5,000, got to go and lost $5,000. The whole mindset of a revenge trade is that the next trade, I've got to recover that $5,000. Instead of just letting it go, take a deep breath and start again. And you're like, okay, well, back to base hits and build it up again over time. Revenge trading is toxic. It really is. Try not to do it. I know it's hard not to do it, but try not to do it. Oh, no, that's a big day for me at Nereus. It's a huge day. Like I say, I target myself on 5k a day. That's my goal, and that's an ambitious target. The fact that I've been consistently achieving that this year, I'm actually really proud of. But morning, Squibby. But no, I target myself on 5k. Yeah, Saints is up 7%, so it's for me, it needs to be moving more than that. No, that's the wrong. There's no volume either. You know? There's no clear volume on anything. Absolutely not. I mean, we've got, what, 45 minutes to the bell. Hopefully we'll get something drop at the top of the hour. I mean, yeah, but per your watch list, I've got nothing on the watch list. That's how bad this is at right now. There's nothing, literally nothing on my watch list. So I'm looking at the pre-market movers for Gap and Go. The pre-market movers, there is absolutely nothing moving above 10%. Infla RX, that's moved on very light volume, is the only one that's moved over 10%. But the rest, just nothing. And anything with any, there's nothing moving, you know, on the momentum, with momentum scanners, other than with any kind of volume either. So even some of the larger stocks have not got any volume. Some of the S&P stocks have just not got any volume. Bed Bath & Beyond did kind of have a little bit of movement, but it's not moved. There's no volatility there. There's no trade there in terms of volatility. So it's got a bit of volume because it had earnings this morning, but there's no volatility there. It's moved up and kind of ranged sideways now. It's not much above the VWAP. Right now, for me, it's going to be a no trade day if it keeps like this. I need better. Absolutely, yo. Yeah, look, he's definitely bearish overall. We had what I would consider a bear market rally yesterday, with a bit of a bounce, if you will, but we've got the GDP numbers dropping. Actually, they should have dropped. Did I miss something here? All right, okay. Here we go. It's dropping. It dropped in the last 15 minutes, and I wasn't paying attention. So I've got a couple of things on my mind right now, but that's beside the point. Okay, so initial jobless claims, 193 versus 193,000 versus 215,000 expected. Okay, so slightly less. US GDP quarter on quarter for Q2. 6% versus the 6% estimate, so it's pretty much on point. Continuing jobless, 1.3 million versus 1.347 million versus 1.388 million expected. So those are the numbers that are coming out. They didn't particularly affect the overall market by the looks of it. SPY, it sold off a little bit, but not much. I think it was all baked in. Yeah, so BBBY, that's too many B's. So that moved up 170. If you like this, the lower price stocks, I'd say I have a basement floor of $2. I try not to trade anything under $3. I have a basement floor of $2. But look, if you like the lower price stocks, then go and try Big Bet. Altus Power, nah, this is hard sell-off. You might watch for a potential bounce possibly, but a hard sell-off last night. I would have to look at what the catalyst was for the sell-off. Hard sell-off. Hey, it's so cold. Switch the fire on. I'm freezing. That's what it was. It was an additional offering, was it, Kareem? The catalyst. Hence the sell-off. And this is the problem with these garbage stocks. And I say garbage stocks. These lower price stocks that they're not making money by conventional means. So when the stock price rises, what do? They hit the market with a secondary offering or a tertiary offering to actually pay the bills, because the core business isn't making any money. So they have one good news week and the stock pumps by 50-60%. So what do? They hit the market with an offering at market price, and it brings more money into the coffers. Yeah, I'm thinking calling it a day and going for shoes might be the right option. I hope I make bank today. Let's face it. It was hard work yesterday, and most of what I made yesterday went in commissions and charges. Not looking very bullish at all today. All the markets are considerably down, with the exception of the VIX, which is the fear index, which is considerably up, which it tends to moving in the contrary to the markets. So no, absolutely, Trump. Patience is a virtue here, and if I have a no trade day, at least I've not lost anything. I need $8,000 between today and tomorrow net. That needs to be the net figure to be on track for the year. For that, based on having gone 9 months, then 9 months of the year is 3/4 of the year. 3/4 of my goal will be 750k. So I'm just shy of that. I'm 742k net for the year right now. So I need 8k net. So if I can get, as I say, 5k a day, that will take me to goal for September. Nice one. T-box. When you get a hard sell-off and you finally get the bounce, that's where options can really make you good money. You can really make bank on options. Is that reversal? Could I make oil go up? Yeah, why not? Let's increase the misery on the. What am I playing with? Making 5k a day. Yeah, well, not sure about that. You know what? Tough built. There's a blast from the past on very low volume. Yeah, we're just struggling for anything really right now. Okay, let's. Am I hedged for today, or am I all cash? No, I trade in a margin account. There's benefits to trading account over and above the leverage, though. It is a large account. So today I've got, starting with 75k equity position. So it's a larger account. I wouldn't say large account. I mean, large account, you're talking millions, but I mean, it's a larger account from a day trader's perspective. But one of the main benefits of trading in a margin account is instant settlement. Well, good one. I'm glad I can make you happy. Not sure how much how much influence I had over that, but I'm glad I could make you happy. When anyone says something like that, I always think of the 1986 Argentina handball, Maradona. Yeah, we're looking very bearish today. Let's see what happens. I'm streaming on TikTok direct from my desk. Yes, absolutely. I have by invitation. So that's TikTok Studio. It's by invitation only. So I'm one of the privileged few, apparently. Not everybody gets access to TikTok Studio. It's in beta mode at the moment. Kind of struggling, really. There's not a lot to talk about. There just isn't much happening. It's a very pedestrian day. The market's selling off, but apart from that, there isn't a lot of volatility. And any volatility there isn't coming with any particular volume. Yeah, well, I'm hoping maybe we'll get something drops at the top of the hour. Now, we usually get some news drops that make a difference, but there's nothing really making any difference at all on some of these news drops. They're just not making any difference, and it's going to be one of those days. I think it might be just a day to take an early bath. No, no, Dave. The whole point is that you have a strategy that works. Don't deviate from it. When you deviate, and I'm a testament, and everybody that's regular to this stream will testify that when I deviate from my strategy, I usually lose money. So very often I will lose money. Mott's making a move up. What happened there? Mortis Holdings. Yeah, so if you've got a strategy that works, don't try and tinker with it just because the market isn't playing ball. The market will play ball. Patience is the key. Right, okay, so Mortis GI named a sole source supplier with the US Department of Veteran Affairs. That's why that's just popped up. This is a $3 million float, 2.9 million float. That's a big pop. Don't try chasing this right now. Wait for a consolidation. We should. It looks like we're getting, and then the continuation. If you try and chase this, you'll get burned. I have discount of 406. Take half off there. Leave the other half. Comes back, I'll get out at break even. But it's not a zero trade day for me then. That's okay. You can get up to 450, I'll add back. Few reversal indicators here. Locking in more gains, moving my average up. Breaks 440, I'll get out. There we go. Just locked in $700, and I need the bathroom. So give me a moment. I need a bio break. Sometimes you just got to be in the right place at the right time there, yo. I feel like Jesse Pinkman whenever I say that. You need to change your username, because it just makes me feel like Jesse Pinkman. Breaking new highs. You can add at 5. I'll add to the position at 5. If we get there. So I've locked in $900. That's not a bad start to the day. We've got 20 minutes to the bell. There's not a lot else moving, so this just pumped up 100% in that very short space of time there. 100% move. 93% up on no, it's 105% up at the moment. Hey Tamimi. Because the volume started coming in, so you look at the volume candles here, the volume starts to come in. You're looking at the rate of change on the time and sales. You're looking at the growth on the volume. You're looking at the number of different factors. There's literally no volume up until that news dropped. And of course, the first thing I did as soon as I started seeing it move was hit the scanners here to find out, okay, why is it moving? What's the catalyst? And as soon as I saw it had a decent catalyst, that's when I thought, okay, well, let's watch the volume, look for a pullback. And what you do is you got this initial move up, then you look for the consolidatory pullback. If you try and get in on the move up, you might be prone to just, if you chase it, prone to just getting caught in the pullback. Then you look for the continuation. This move up here, then the pullback, and then as it starts to break highs again, move up again. That's when we got in. So then we're able to take profits and then add again here. It's moved back up. On its way back down, we got out. So you see kind of lessening volume. It's kind of an exit indicator. You've got the up wicks are exit indicators. Dojis are usually changing sentiment. So they're exit indicators. A number of different things to do. How am I managing my risk today? Well, it depends on each trade. So I'll have a different risk level on each trade depending on what my expectation is for gain. But after the bell, what I tend to do, as a rule of thumb, a good rule of thumb for a beginner trader, if you're talking about managing risk, if you're catching a trade on the way up and you're wondering where your absolute last position should be, your stop position should be, have you in mind what your target is. You reach your target, take some of your position off, half of your position or a quarter, just lock some profits in. Then you can actually have your entry price as your stop loss. So as it pulls back to your entry price, you exit them, you cut the position, you've at least got some profit on the trade. As a general rule of thumb though, if it's moving up and you manage to get a nice little move, the best, you look for various exit indicators, but a very good rule of thumb is first red candle to make a new low, so it gets the low of the previous red candle. That's your exit. You get out there. Now it might just pull back a little bit and a little bit further before going on to rally. You can always re-enter, but it will stop you getting caught. By doing that, it's going to stop you getting caught in any kind of algorithmic flushes. I'm going to ban you from this stream, Alistair. I'm going to ban you from coming on my channel. You do know that. No, this is shared. So this is Mortis GI Holdings. They've just been given a contract from the US government. So that's just nasty, Alistair. Come on, I mean, I was green on Tuesday, the first trade. I was green on every trade was green on Tuesday, up until the last one when I gave back about $1,000 or something. So current high of day is 496. So if it can break 5, I might look to trade again. Absolutely, yo. I do like a nice Irish stew, though. Good stew. It's in this weather as well. It's cold. I don't know why it's so cold. Got the heating on and everything. Maybe it's just me. $496, still the high. It's going badly, Kareem. Did you not? Oh, I missed it. Oh no, I didn't. It's right on the $5. I thought I'd missed the breakout. No, it got to $5 and then. Looking for a bit of a continuation here, ideally. So quarter, half, and whole dollars are very key psychological levels in trading. So we just and it's not, you can't take it to the cent. Just so you know, it's that it is a range. So give it a look at the trading. So I'll be getting out here if this breaks a new low. Yeah, we'll get out there. So it's not a huge float. You may as well just pack it in there, Alistair, and just take a long weekend. Yeah, I'll let it consolidate for a bit now. Leave that for now. Let's look at what else is moving. Nothing in the last 15 minutes. Oh. Okay, so 500 start for the day. It's better than nothing. 10 minutes to the bell. Just be patient, guys. Patience is a virtue. We could have jumped on a few things then, but we didn't. We waited. We got on that one. Something always presents itself. Just think, 500 a day. That's a six-figure salary. Yeah, I saw Tough Built hitting the scanners earlier. It's still, I mean, you've looked at Tough Built right now. It's still not something that you can trade. Just not enough volume. So wait till the bell. Maybe we'll see a bit of volume come in. Might introduce a little bit of volatility. The overall markets are very sideways at the moment. To look at the 15-minute chart, it was we had this rally yesterday. Then after hours, it just went sideways. It gapped down, and it's just chopping sideways since the gap down. So that's the overall market. The Nasdaq's no different. It's pretty much the identical chart, really. So the overall markets are not really doing a great. How did I find the news on MOTS? Quite frankly, yo, it's Benzinga. So if you see these here, this is Benzinga. And why is? Hang on a minute. That's not the one. These are Benzinga scanners. I just need to change this to the 15-minute. That doesn't look like it's Hey Nedsai. Scott, how you getting on? Right, okay. I'll have a look at Meta for you. Right now, Facebook. Oh, it's down. Big time down. It's probably going to sell off today because the reason it pumped yesterday, along with a lot of other big stocks, is that larger cap float stocks, is it moved with the market, and it's moving with the market. So it's down today, currently 2% down. So I hope you took profits, Nancy. I hope you took profits, because if the market's going to sell off today, then a lot of these other stocks are going to follow suit. Just bear that in mind. Mm-hmm. Okay. Blue Apron. It's very choppy sideways again. If it holds over $6, it might have a bit of a rally later, but I'm not convinced. Doesn't tend to move with the kind of volatility. That's the thing with Blue Apron.
لكن حمو شنو حمو هو ينقص جزمه
Where is it today? The 29th. Oh, we've got over the 4,000 likes. I think you need a treat. 4,600 likes. That's not a bad start. Dog treats until this afternoon when I call up the thing when we go out. Okay. You can have some cheese instead. Here, you can have a cheese single instead. This is dog treat time. Okay, you got to stand up for it. Go girl. Go girl. I grew up in the northwest of the UK, Chesty. Just as I cough. Funnily enough. So Rumble making moves on very low volume. Up at 1320s on low volume, so wait for the volume to come in. We've not got long to wait. In fact, I'll change my scanners over now. It's less than a minute. So let's see what the market gives us. Why would you stop giving me those stupid messages? Miyako. So Miyako, it's Japanese, and it means a beautiful night child. And of course, she's black, she's beautiful, and she was my child, so my fur baby. So it kind of fitted well. I'm just watching the signals, watching for movement. Just waiting for the updated scanners. I'm not seeing anything going. So normally when we get this influx in volume as well, we see, you know, movements on the signals as well, but just not getting anything. No signals have come through since. There we go. There's the first one. Trading halt. THCH. It's not. You can't trade that. Recent IPO. Can't trade that. Halted up. Can't trade that yet, should I say? Well, I don't know why the signals aren't updating the way they should be. Maybe I should refresh my Benzinga. Yeah, no, that's not made much difference at all. Not much moving just yet. Patience. Patience, guys. Yang, the next one. Can't really trade that either. It's not enough volume. ATXI hitting the scanners. What are we, 750 alt level? There we go, it's into a halt. No, false halt. So I got in for the break of the $0.50. Pulling back a little bit though. Next halt is 784, so up. I see this is going to continue to bounce on the whole dollar before I buy any of the dip. Get past the $0.25 level on the way back up, I will add. Yeah, so the XPEV has gone in as well. Just watching this now. Add to the position. Average down. 38 is my average buy-in now. 52. All right, now. $34, where we need to be. It's throwing wicks up there, but not actually moving up there yet. So that's not a bad. So the spreads, the ask's going up there, but he's not taking the bid with it, which can be frustrating. So somewhat. I see it break the $0.50 again. This is not playing ball in terms of the making the bid with it when it goes up that high. It's getting quite a lot of volatility on the ask, but not so much on the bid. $0.13 spread now. 9 cents spread. Caught between the spreads right now. It pulls back. That was a bit of a pain in the hole. It went up to almost 760, but the spreads were horrible. It's big upwicks on the 5 minutes. I'm not filling me with a huge deal of confidence, but we'll ride it out. I should have been out at 7:30. I actually should have taken profit up there at 7:50, but that's besides the point. You never go broke taking profits. If you hold on to your winners too long, they invariably turn into losers. And if you hold on to your losers too long, you'll lose a lot of money. So just remember that, guys. There's your BBAI on the 2 minute there. All the markets are selling off. Big time. A lot of selling going on. A lot of selling going on. No, it's not halted. It's just not doing anything right now. Lack of volume underneath the VWAP. The halt level down is 653. The halt level up is 798. So there's quite a way in between. Just the volume's just died out. That's why it's not moving. There's nobody transacting. This volume bar is less than 13,000 traded on this volume bar. Need some volume to come in. Come on. There's nobody, literally nobody trading this right now. Someone just unloaded 10,000 shares. Cheers for that. We're starting to get a bit of volume coming in now, hopefully. It's buying volume. Spreads are a lot closer. We've got kind of a couple of cents, but it's just not moving. Looks like I'm going to have to get out of this one for a loss. Yeah. That's breaking lows now. Oh, I think we've lost the music. What happened to the music? Tunes. That's better. Well, the Nasdaq's, the inverse Nasdaq is absolutely motoring. So the Nasdaq is tanking. The SPY is tanking. So all the gains that came back from yesterday looks like we're going to be retesting those, I think. Got down to 362, back down to the June lows. Might even break new lows. We had a low pre-market yesterday, so we're actually breaking lows now. So pre-market went yesterday went as low as just under 359. No, I didn't have the stop loss set on it, Ryan, which is my own fault. I would have been out a lot sooner if I had the stop loss set on it. It's because the range, the volatility of the range, it was moving like the spreads were as much as 30-40 cents. And it was moving quite volatile. So I couldn't put the stop on from my hotkeys because the maximum I could put on is like a 50-cent stop. I've got 10, 20, 30 and 50-cent stops for my hotkeys, both in terms of static and trailing. But I was waiting for that to kind of, the volatility to calm down a little bit before I put a trailing stop in, or at least to get half the position in profit before putting a stop in place. Now I looked at this pre-market and no, it's not moving fast. I wouldn't say it's moving fast. So this recent IPO, Halted down. Well, not seeing anything worth really trading. Being honest. Anybody else? Anybody seeing anything? Missed this one, but just didn't feel it. It wasn't volatile enough. Just pull back, pull back. No. No. Anybody? Oh, it's one of those quiet days, I think. Just really struggling, guys. It's one of those days that, you know what? It's a shocking day. I mean, the markets there's blood in the water in the markets. I mean, if you look at the S&P 500, the SPY, there's blood in the water. That's now 2% down. If you look at the Russell index, it's worse, 2.7% down on the day. So there's a potential to break yesterday's low, the pre-market low. What was the opening? What was yesterday's opening price on the Russell? It was 165.76, 165.19 now. So we broke yesterday's opening price. So what did it go down? What's the current low on Tuesday? 163.28. So if we get down there, that's the annual low. What about the SPY? So the low on yesterday pre-market, which was the annual low, was 358.72. So got a little while to go before we reach that low, but still, it's not looking great overall. The market's I can't see anything but bearish. Yeah, but it's nearly a $2 stock and it's extended at that. So SNTI, you say. My floor is $2 and it's going to be extended by the time it reaches $2. My basement floor is $2. My floor is actually $3. It's been rejected pre-market at $2 already. So, and it's already 36% up. I'm not overly confident of this one, but we'll see. Nuts. All the way back down to under $4. TXI, it's trying to make a move back up. Gets above $7 and holds above the VWAP. Might be interested. Realistically, want to be above 720. 718 is the level I want to see it above. have a look at LRBD. Breaking highs. That's an ETF. I won't be trading it. Anything selling off. It's just the blood in the water, guys. It's struggling right now. Struggling for anything to trade. It's gonna be one of those days, I think. Well, we came back from 10,000 yesterday to 5,000 up. We're 5,000 down today. I'm not optimistic the way that the market's going, and there's just a lack of opportunity to trade right now. But let's see. Intelligent living. Getting a little bit frustrated here, just waiting for something to trade. Speaks volumes when the biggest movers on the day are actually ETFs. Oh, most of the biggest movers on the day are ETFs. Let's see, can we short? Is it worth looking at the inverse, seeing it's such a big red day? You know what? I might just call it a day. Come back later when sell-off has hit. Let's have a look at SPY. 2.2 down now. Oh my goodness. The Nasdaq is 3%, nearly 3% down on the day. Massive sell-off. Ouch. Hmm. Afternoon, Tester. Well, there's nothing. I tell you what, though, Tester, you can switch over to YouTube, but there's nothing happening on YouTube, isn't there? If there was anything happening on YouTube, it would be happening here on TikTok as well. But there's nothing happening, buddy, right now. Just nothing moving at all. Nothing with any kind of real volume, at least. Yeah, well, I think it's like waiting in an elevator to reach the floor. Do you know what? I'm just going to call it a day and come back later, guys. It's one of those days, I think, and it's going to continue by the looks of it. The Nasdaq's continuing to break lows. SPY likewise. Russell is nearly 3.5% down. Russell Index 3.3% down. The S&P 500 breaking lows. It's already 2.4% down on the day. This is crash territory. I'll have to take a look at CNBC and Bloomberg. They're probably having kittens right now. Yeah. Well, I think that's me done for the day. I'm just going to call it. I'm just going to call it a day and come back around lunchtime. I'll give it an hour for the market to warm up and see what happens if we get a turnaround. There's nothing moving for me here right now. There's no point me staying on this stream right now for another 15 minutes. I'm going to lock it down early. If you've not registered for the World Series of Day Trading, get on that. First link in the description on YouTube. It's the first link in the link tree on TikTok. It's free to enter. There's over $50,000 worth of prizes to be won. There's 100 prize places on the competition. But, you know, give it a try. You might be surprised yourself. I'll be competing. I had my registration confirmed earlier this week. So there'll be a whole bunch of people that come on. The regulars to this stream will be competing as well. So, yeah, do it. I'm going to take the dog for a walk and buy a few bits and pieces and come back later. So, look, take care of yourself, guys, and I'll be back at it. I'll be back at it tomorrow for the last day of the week, for the last day of the month, 90 minutes before the market opens. So that's 8 a.m. market time or 1 p.m. where I'm based here in Ireland, at the same time in the UK. So I'll see you then, guys. Have a good day.